Hey guys, welcome back to our channel. It's the Entrepreneurs here, and today what we'll be doing is we'll be continuing our investing with Max series. If you guys have not watched the previous video, I highly suggest you guys go watch that now. As a disclaimer, this is just for educational purposes only, and if you're looking for financial advice, I highly suggest you seek out a registered financial advisor. If that makes sense, let's get started. All right, I'm gonna share my screen here as per usual. All right, okay. Make sure I'm a little bit on the other side here. Yeah, so it's been a while, guys, and basically, not much change to the industry right now. So a lot of the stocks are still down compared to when it was last year. You can see here we'll go over RIB, Lifeist, BLGV, Weed, ACB, and Tilray. But essentially, what I'm going to show you here is some of the latest news from, like, let's say a month ago, or let's say a couple of weeks ago, and etc. But we're just going to look at the technical analysis and see if we are going to break the support resistance. Because if we are, and also looking at the volume, if there's anything that is going to indicate that there's going to be some quick traction or some reversal, then we have to really take a look at the volume. Okay, and right now you can see here it's Lifeist, and what you're seeing here is essentially on the last trading day, which was February 8th. You can see here that it was opened at 12.5 cents, high of 15 cents, and low of 12.5 cents, and it closed at 15. Also, this is what's the 15% one. Let's see if there was one at February. Let me see here. Oh, this is the one. February 9th was the last trading day, actually. So you can see here it opened at 13 cents, high of 13 cents, and low of 13 cents, and it closed at 13. So it was just stagnant. That's why you can't really see a line here. And also the volume is pretty low as well. So the volume was like only 1.63K as opposed to 26K. But before, this stock was hitting like millions of volume. So not much significant there in terms of the volume reaching to its millions. All right, so yeah, you can see here support resistance right now. We are in this range where we're at around 12.5 cents to, you can see here, 15 cents. So if we can break that for next week or the following week, then we might see a reversal trend. So far, not much news going on to really support the legalization of marijuana in the US. And going over to RIB here under CEO.ca, you can see that on January 13th, so almost a month ago, you can see that there was this posted article about feds release marijuana documents confirming Schedule 3 recommendation based on accepting medical use. So yeah, you can quickly go over this, but yeah, they basically put in 252 pages of document from the Department of Health and Human Services explaining that cannabis has a currently accepted medical use in treatment in the United States and has a potential for abuse less than the drug on other substance in Schedule 1 and 2. So basically, they want to reschedule MJ from, place cannabis in Schedule 3 instead of 1 and 2. All right, so yeah, if you just keep going over this, there was some talking about the scheduling 3 that some people were opposed to it, but majority of people were for it, kind of thing. Yeah, so just definitely read over this. So that's a good read. And essentially, yeah, that was the most major one. So you can see here, January 2nd, if you go city RIB, yeah, just people doing their rights difference, share unit, options, and etc. So not much there. Then going over to Lifeist, you can see Lifeist has been going down quite significantly, and you can see it's pretty choppy. February 2nd, it had 8.23 million of volume. Then after that, on the 5th, 1.73. And if you just keep going down here, it's like 500,000 and 600K, etc. But yeah, you can see it's pretty choppy, not much volume. That indicates that it's going up and up and up and up. Then therefore, if we see that, then definitely the stock will eventually gain traction and does a reversal. So right now, Lifeist is at 1 cent. Support and resistance, essentially, it's at half a cent to 1 cent, and it's just hovering over this. If we do want to see a significant change of the stock price, we definitely want to surpass the support resistance of 2.5 cents to 3 cents, and make a big change there. But you can see here at when it was at a top of 8 cents, then also at 7 cents, this is where it really it spiked, then it went down, then it broke this support resistance at 5.5 cents. Then you can see here the last one as well too was around 4.5 cents, and when it broke that, then essentially it just kept on going down and down, right? So next stop for us to see a reversal is definitely 4 cents. Then if we break the 4 cents barrier, then we're gonna go over to 5 cents to 7 cents. And here, if we go to Lifeist, not much going on here. You can see here it says, I'm curious because there's a Facebook in majority of no sales or RS reverse split, like if voting against sales of Canmart. Also, yeah, there was a big news here that basically Canmart is going to be bought out by a third-party company. So I wonder if it's here. So that's the Canmart to expand royalty product portfolio to include craft and solventless offering. I think it might have been that one. Let me just make sure, because it was a big news. Let me click on this. A health tech company, we take pride, royalty risen, Lifeist, forward-looking. Oh, there was a big article for it. So I think it was Saskatchewan, Manitoba will be available on OCS Flow. February 2024 initial sale of blacksmith hash is the Western province have been notable with strong distribution for the first 60 days of launch, and total amount of sales hash was 47.5 million in 2023. But essentially, if this guy sell Canmart, they won't be in the MJ business anymore. And I'm trying to look for that news, and I can't find it because it was a big news. Let's see here. Apparently discuss Lifeist, Micra, and they're essentially going full in on the Micra stuff. Direct, Chris, Last Love, Lifeist will share news, Lackler's performance, driving Lifeist wellness and civil. Ask them. Oh man, if I can't find it, I'll definitely link it down the description and we can go from there. But yeah, it was like a news that was shocking. Canadian investment organization resumption. Yeah, so they actually halted it because it was a big news, and you can see, I guess there was a lot of chattering here. They said, yeah, Lifeist announces sales of Canmart. So this was a big news, and yeah, you can see here that a bunch of people were just messaging and commenting. But essentially, you can see here that Lifeist announces sales of Canmart, a health tech company that leverage investment and technology break, and basically they're saying they're going to divest and sell all the shares of Canmart group of buyers for total aggregated consideration of CAD of 5 million, subject to the certain adjustment plus the adjustment value of the inventory of the time of closing. And essentially, these guys, they were saying that this will allow the company to aggressively drive growth in its microcellular sciences and Aussie vape subsidiaries, and to take advantage of additional emerging opportunities as they arise to increase shareholder value in the near and long term. So essentially, yeah, this was a big news, and I was pretty shocked that they're actually gonna sell Canmart, and this was the biggest growth of the company at the time, right? Canmart was the biggest thing. It was going to be the Amazon, that's what they call it, for the cannabis space. But I guess they're selling the Canmart company subdivision itself, and I don't know if it is going to pull through. I think they're in still a talk about it, and the shareholder has to vote, but we'll see what happens. But also you can see here they were talking about the growth for the microcellular sciences, and a forecast of the nutraceutical market in North America alone was 88.3 billion in 2022, and the projection is essentially 118.7 billion by 2028. So definitely the company is going to a different direction, and we'll see how that goes. And you can definitely see that the SP is reflecting that right now, which is at 1 cent, right? And before, the stock used to be $4 to $6 a share, and now it's less than 2 cents. Basically, it's a penny now. It's a penny stock. Right, so that's the biggest news for Lifeist. Definitely read up on that. Very juicy, and very interesting on what people are saying. Okay, so BLGV pretty choppy as well, pretty quiet. You can see that there's some major spikes, but no real traction. So we can definitely know that not much is going on for BLGV here. And if I click on this, the last news was BLGV Harvard provide legal updates. So February 9th, so last week. And what are they saying here is providing an update on the litigation versus the Paula Natura Corp in United States. BLGV is seeking to record 12.12 million USD plus additional damages arising from the breach of the royalty agreement it signed in 2017. Cartesian Capital LLP. Then the court ruling. Okay, let's see, what do they say here? Memorandum of opinion and denying Polynature to stay discovery. This is an important step for BLGV as it overruled Polynature request to halt the disposition. BLGV argues that such disposition were necessary to understand why no revenue have been generated thus far by Natura and circumstances surrounding 2017 settlement between IC Potash Corp and Cartesian Capital. Right. Then motion deposition were not necessary to rule the motion. Then the district judge disagreed and January 16 ordered to the Polynature shall 7 days to withdraw its previous field motion summary with judgment. Then Medi, President CEO, said the recent development and order from the federal judges are positive steps to expedite the case to trial. BLGV will be gathering further evidence along the way, and regular updates to be made available on the progress of this case. So yeah, not much news. It's still in court, but we'll see if they'll be able to achieve 12.2 mil in the court hearing. Right, weed has been going down significantly as well. You can see that I've been tracking it, and it's hitting the support and resistance again and breaking. It looks like the support. We'll see if this will break if it hits less than $5. And they did a reverse split again, guys. So this used to be $60 plus range before the split, but now it's like super low. So we'll see what happens here. But the last trading day, it was at negative 3.24%, minus 18 cents. And you can see here, so if I go BLGV, weed might be ready for a big run. Fins are out, plus many of the weedies have been very bullish. Let's see if this low holds, right? So yeah, they did have their financial. People were saying that it was up certain points and certain percentage on some of its revenue. So you can see here just a quick recap. Actually read the report. B2B sales up 9%, medical cannabis sales up 11%, revenue from the international market is up 81%, and the gross margin all improved to 28% from negative 11%. Given everything that's happened here, this report reads like a very well run company. A market just seems bearish or on anything cannabis. So yeah, pretty good. So we'll see what happens with weed, but hopefully we see a reversal trend, especially if you're long. All right, for ACB, you can see that it's also following suit with the big three, so essentially Tilray, ACB, and weed. And you can see that the February, the last trading day, it was green, up basically almost 6%. And you can see here that there was some news, it looks like. So let's go ACB. So some people target, okay, Aurora Cannabis buy rating target of 80 cents. And you can see here, Mr. Link, I hear ya, I got you, it's possible. So it's the market though, it loves to trick, it loves to do what people don't think. Let's see. So yeah. The legalization cannabis bill 2023 would legalize cannabis for adult recreational use in Australia. The deadline for submission is November 3rd, 2023. The reporting date is May 31st, 2024. So yeah, not major thing going on here, but you can see from the technical aspect, volume still super low, as opposed to you can see this major spike, 21 million on September of 2023 last year. Then on the 12 as well. Then you can see that it was in the million range. Then now it's just at the lower million here. So 1,600,000. Right, so super low as compared to like 21 million, etc. So volume is still not there for Tilray. So it's at $2.53 right now, and the volume has been pretty okay, right? You can see here 1 million, 2 million, 4 million. Then the ones before that one on September last year when it did spike, it was in the 5-6 million, 3 million. But yeah, it's been pretty stable. You're not seeing major downturn and etc. So it's basically in the support resistance of $2.20 and also $2.53 to 55 cents. So let's see what happens in the next few weeks or months to see if we're going to see a major reversal trend. But right now it's still pretty much the same. And going over to CEO.ca, and if I go to Tilray here, there was some latest news here. So you can see Biden administration office dispute rumors of imminent marijuana scheduling decision amid heightened speculation, published 2 days ago on February 6, 2024. So basically, if you try to expand this, you can see there's a bunch of rumors talking about the policy for the announcement of rescheduling of the MJ. It's very imminent, so interesting what's going to happen. So this was sent out on February 8th and published on February 6th. So there's a lot of rumors that we might see some traction next week or the following week, just depending on what's going to happen. So there's going to be a lot of rumor there. So if I click on this, you can see Biden. So 5 days ago, this was published. Official dispute rumors of imminent marijuana scheduling decision amidst of Biden. So there's a bunch of rumors. Cannabis policy announced from White House. A Biden administration officially toward marijuana said that they weighed up the speculation. Industry stakeholders and several prominent cannabis journalists have signaled in recent days that announcement possibly pertaining to the ongoing review into the marijuana scheduling is coming within days, but that's not the case, the administration source says. So you can see that. So it's been confirmed that that's not the case. There's a bunch of rumors they're talking about it, but they confirmed that that's not the case, so it's still a long way off. The U.S. Department of Health and Human Services did officially disclose in December that it had advised DEA to move marijuana from Schedule 1 to 3 of Controlled Substance Act. It made that recommendation following a review under the October 2022 directive from President Joe Biden. So lawmakers, high profile name told Marijuana Moments on Wednesday that they waved it off. The rumors, they did not add any additional details about the current timeline for a decision. It's possible, of course, that the official who spoke to the Marijuana Moment may not be aware of the possible forthcoming announcements. Sensitive disclosure, high anticipated marijuana scheduling decisions are often held close to vest, but claims of an imminent action have yet to be verified despite of the surge. So yeah, so there's a lot of rumor that there's gonna be something imminent coming up, but we'll see. You just never know, right? But my recommendation, just definitely keep checking and see if there's any latest news. But yeah, we need the volume. The volume will speak for itself, and if we're seeing crazy volume, then essentially what's going to happen is something's going on in the background there. Okay, so yeah, that's the latest update for it. Rumors of scheduling of MJ might be happening soon, but we don't know an actual timeline on what's going to happen, right? As per usual, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go here and I'll show you our latest account, essentially snapshot of the Lifeist and Rev Capital and where they are right now. So basically negative 95.26% unrealized loss. And you can see here, for example, Lifeist is almost down 97%, 13,372 and 32 cents. And Rev Capital is down essentially 88.71%, 898 and 75 cents. So it's pretty low, guys. We'll see what happens. Reversal trend, but this is like down almost 100%, and we'll see if this specific account can get it back up. So until then, if you have any questions, just let me know, comment down below, and we'll see you in the next video. Take care. Bye.